We didn't move from 75,000 to below 20 because we went to a particular location, somebody telling us, well, you know what, you could do this if you just move over here. Hi, this is Frank and Angie. Somebody once asked us if we were preppers. Well, we do some of the things that preppers do.
But not for the reason.
But not to be a prepper.
Preppers do that. I mean,
we do it if it makes sense.
Yeah.
But if it doesn't make sense for us, then we don't do it. So no, we don't follow the complete prepper blueprint or anything, and we don't follow the complete FIRE, financial independent retire early blueprint either. We don't fit into any of those.
So what are we?
Well, we're going to talk about how we went from $75,000 a year in consumption down to less than $20,000 a year in this video. Okay, so at the height of our consumption lifestyle, which was when I had just started in my business career, we were spending the equivalent of today's dollars, $75,000 a year. And we weren't doing anything at all self-sufficient. We were just doing everything, just go to the store, throw stuff in the cart, don't even shop, don't pay attention. I mean, to a degree, and mostly. We just didn't have a frame of mind.
I just don't think we really knew how to do it yet. We were just learning, and it takes a while. You just learn a little bit at a time as you go. We were young, so.
That's right. We were in our early 20s, and I embarked on my business career, and we had all this cash flow coming in, and so the people start spending up to the level that they're earning. It's just human nature. The more you have, the more you spend.
It was fun then, but now when I look back at it, I think how stupid it was.
Right, you didn't know it was stupid back then because
No.
you didn't have the depth of experience to know how stupid you were being. But yeah, little by little, we had a turning point and started making a study of it. Our life completely changed. And for less than $20,000 a year, we did things like tour all of the United States in a 30-foot holiday Rambler, travel trailer, with our sons when they were children. We lived on the beach for weeks at a time.
Boondocking.
Boondocking on the beach, no rent.
In Texas.
I mean, they have parks, state parks there in the States, and it's really easy to do that. And what else did we do? We lived on a house with 5 acres. No, that was when we were into consumption. Yeah, we had a house with a pool. There are people in the financial blogosphere, personal finance, that say that the school of thought is that you have to spend minimum $35,000 to $50,000 a year, even as a frugal person, to be able to save money and do the retire. What's normally understood is that anyone that is too far down below that has to be a little bit wacky or out of the mainstream, or retirement extreme or extreme frugalism. And so what we did is we figured out how to not make that true. It's like on less than $20,000 a year, I wear $400 Swiss watches. Now, I don't like to brag, okay? When I share something with you, it's for the purposes of encouragement and for learning. I made a study of it over a period of many years, and Angie has a $300 Swiss watch, and just things like that kind of blow away your friends that know you to be in a certain income category. Look at you and say, how do you you just blow your friends away. They don't understand. They think you're either lying, have a sugar daddy somewhere, how people are, but it's not true. What it comes down to is, we said in a different video that we believe in instead of acquiring and stacking up lots of cash, or there's nothing wrong with cash. We're not going to put aside our present moment in order to stockpile things, but if we can have things that make our life enjoyable, and we figure out a way to do it, while at the same time still having our present moment, that's what we've become experts at. We raised a family of 5 on less than $20,000 a year, plus housing. Actually, it was $1,500 a month plus housing that we raised our 3 sons. Even when they were adults, we were still doing it on that. And so we said all that to say that it isn't necessary to go abroad to do it. We We came abroad for our own reasons. It wasn't to escape financial refugees or whatever. That wasn't it. We had an excellent lifestyle on the $1,500 a month plus housing. We had an excellent lifestyle. To me, travel hacking is living abroad, living an adventurous lifestyle on half of what average expats normally spend.
Right.
Not, you know, the $2,000 or $3,000 a month that's touted as, look at how cheap it is, doing it on half that. So what we really like about this lifestyle is the flexibility that it gives us. Because let's face it, if you put yourself in a box and say, well, I can't do these things until I reach this level, by default that means that you aren't going to do those things until you reach that level. But instead we believe in doing those things now. And the flexibility that this lifestyle gives us to be able to do things like live in Ecuador and then all of a sudden we're in Italy, or all of a sudden we're in Panama. Not on a nomadic level, but on a level that says doing whatever makes the most sense for us, for the family today. You know, today, this month, this year, right now. And so that's one of the advantages. Our lives have also morphed into one of giving back, having a balanced life to where you've got time to take care of your health, to consider things that are good for you and your family and relationships and enjoyment. It's not all about the dollars and the financial part of it.
But I think people think it is, because we talk a lot about that.
Well, that's part of it is the tool. It's the shovel that allows you to dig up the garden. But the seeds that you plant, are the sprouts and the plants that you plant, are the garden of your tomorrow. You know, because we like to help people, we like to support people in their quest for a better life, regardless of what category that would be in. You know, things such as our marriage ministry that we have. You can see it's not lively just in Ecuador. And so when we were going through that transformation and coming down from $75,000 a year materialistic lifestyle down to below 20 for a family of 5, we took an inventory of what was really important to us and what is it that really made our life, what was the essence of our life, and what is it that mattered to us. And you know, number one on that is time, having time.
Yeah.
We decided that skills and experiences is what we would stockpile instead of, you know, possessions, material possessions, and things like Swiss watches. I don't really care about material possessions. It's just that small little touch in life that tells you you're not deprived, you're not on an austerity program. If you want one of these, you know, you have the skill set to have it if you want it, and still have the life that you want, which is what we call live your best life now. We didn't move from 75,000 to below 20 because we went to a particular location, somebody telling us, well, you know what, you could do this if you just move over here. You know, we didn't do that, although we slowly figured out that having flexibility and being able to check out different locales definitely added to your bank of experiences and skills and things that you could achieve. So, but people are being told that in order to live like a king, they need to cross continents anyway, and a lot of people consider that anyway. So why wouldn't it make sense to move from one state to another state if that the case may be? That's what is necessary, and that's what you want to do. And that's another thing, is it what you want to do?
Yeah,
you know,
it has to be what you want to do.
When we were in the States, we wanted to tour the States. We wanted to live and see the United States, because I was a reader and had read so many wonderful things about different areas within the United States. And that was one of those things that I wanted, was to see the States, see the Gulf Coast, see Florida, see New York, see Arizona, the desert, California, all of it, the Pacific Northwest.
Florida, New York.
The Midwest, Montana, all of it. We've seen all of it. And and we live without a car, not because we're miserly and penny pinching, but because we really appreciate the experience of walking and feeling the wind and seeing the flowers and the trees and just being right there in the moment, as opposed to whisking by in a car. I'm not faulting people that want a car. We don't want one. If you look at our old videos when we first came to Cuenca, we made a video about a bucket list, and one of those was that I was very dissatisfied with being very sedentary in the US. So this is what I wanted. I wanted to live without a car.
We're living our best life now.
You want to go get a cappuccino, hon?
Sure.
So we're going to have a high-class cappuccino.
In this quaint, cute little shop.
Is that American music?
Listen, guys, look at the waiter. He looks like the Hollywood actor.
De Niro?
Yeah, he looks like Robert De Niro.
I don't know.
Yes, he does. He looks just like Robert De Niro.
There we go.
Oh, I didn't bring my water.
That's it. Not even close, hon. All right, so I wanted to make a quick point here. There's a name for it where you compare the price of Big Macs internationally to figure out if a place is expensive or not.
Yeah.
And I say that's outdated because there aren't any Big Macs here. There's no McDonald's. A lot of places don't have that anyway. Guys, it's a perfect example of not living a life of austerity and being deprived, because I'm sitting here having a cappuccino for like half to 1/3 of what expats pay in the cheapest place to retire in the world, which is Frank, Ecuador, on a budget, they say, or so they say the Rams, because they pay $2 to $3 for their cappuccinos, and this one's only €1. So, you know, that's the point. And it's not about the money, it's the idea. The idea is that we're doing it. If you liked our video, you know what to do. Thanks and have a wonderful day.
It's delicious. This is probably just really the best cappuccino I've ever had.